Then we are going to something called union. Structure, then union. This is also used in embedded system. This is used to, let me give an example for union in layman term. I have a vehicle parking room in which I can park a car as well as a scooter. Sorry, I have a car as well as a scooter. I want to create a parking room for this. Will you create a separate room for scooter and separate room for car? You will create a single parking room where you will park your car as well as your scooter. Yes or no? Come on. Am I right? Is my question understandable? I have two vehicles with me and want to create a room to park my vehicle, or a shed, parking shed for my vehicles. So will I create a independent one parking slot for my parking shed for scooter, one for car, or I will accommodate both of them in a single roof? That is what my question.
In single room.
Single room. Right. Sometimes you have only scooter to use. You will use the same room. You will use same room to store park your scooter. When you have only car, sometimes you don't have a scooter. In that time, you only park the car in that parking room. In that time, you won't park. There won't be any scooter in that room. So that concept is used in union. You have a collection of a variable grouped under a collection of data grouped under a structure, like as we did for you structure. Only problem here is the structure will dedicate memory location for each, dedicate bits, reserve bits for each data. But union will reserve the memory for the collections that you have. In that, one will be the maximum one. Maximum among those data, which one is maximum? Right. For that, union will reserve the memory. For example, I defined a union in which we have an integer as well as a character. Right. 4 bytes as well as single byte. When I use union variable for character, they will use those 4 bytes, they will use 1 byte only. As the 3 other bytes are free, can I use them to represent something else? No, you can't. When you use integer from that collection, all your 4 bytes are used. Right now, in that time, you cannot look for a room to store a character. I believe you understand what I am trying to say. See, union will allot the memory for the entity which has a maximum size in your collection. That's all. As we are creating a single room to park scooter as well as a car, they will reserve a memory. When you are parking something in that parking shed, you cannot park the other. So when you are using it, you cannot park the other one. So you can use either one for that one. Instead of creating one shed for car and one shed for scooter, we create a single memory shed which accommodates both of them. But we cannot accommodate both of them together at the same point of time. That is what the union is. Do you understand or not? Come on.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
What you understood? Explain. Because
So basically, uh, like it uses like
Can I say union and structure both are same? Because both of them are going to both of them are having collections of data.
so from my understanding, like union allows multiple member to share the same memory location.
Multiple member to actually at the same time or exclusively.
Yes, sir.
Exclusive means when one use, other cannot use it. See, multiple members are there. I agree. When you use one member, can you use another member too?
No, sir. Uh, uh, when one member is not using, then the other can use like that. Uh, in the union, so same memory can be shared
Same
when
memory
one.
can be shared. That is true. I agree. But that memory, I have a data entity which is having 4 byte in size, another data entity which is having only 1 byte in size. At present, I require only to store only 1 byte. So, as you told, they use a shared memory or share the memory among the members. So, what is the maximum memory allocated? As per our discussion, they will allocate the data entity which has a maximum size. 4 bytes they will allot. Right. At present, I am using only 1 byte. In those 4 bytes, they will use 1 byte only to store. Remaining 3 bits are free. No. Can I use it to store something else at the moment? Answer is no. I cannot do that. Let us understand the union. We say usually the union is a gray area. Mostly the application programmers or these sort of banking application developers, they don't care about union. They don't because they can go for an independent memory location because the PC has plenty of memory, RAM. It is having in terms of GB. Nowadays, PVC laptops are coming with 16 GB RAM, right now. So we have plenty. Then what is the use of union? For whom the union is benefit means the embedded programmers who have a memory constraint, they require these sort of options, right? So let us understand that now using a simple example, right? So I say un.c. Here we have or include tdio.h void main of union data
Oh.
unsigned ASCII int. Maybe we can say like this: vehicle speed engine RPM union. The same structure, how we used to declare the structure now, same thing only. Data, we can say temp dot vehicle speed is equivalent to 255. I print speed is %d, comma, temp dot vehicle speed. Printf engine RPM is %d temp dot engine. Sorry, I didn't do that right. Engine RPM. Maybe I have to do. See, we have a temp here. Temp, this is how you have to declare a union, and then a union name, then the associated data members that you want to have, and then you end the curly brace, then terminate the terminator. You can declare a union. Perfect. The maximum memory allocated here is 4 byte. Why? If you look at this, if you consider this as a structure, they will allocate 5 bytes because this is one entity, this is one entity. 4 plus 1, 5. But in union case, they allot only 4 bytes for these two members. Because the engine RPM has a maximum size, 4 bytes they allot that. Then we create an instant union data temp as we declare structure name, instant name, same thing. Then to access a member, we use a dot operator that is common for union as well. Dot vehicle speed is equal to 255. So when I, as it is this, when I use temp dot vehicle speed, they have the same memory location right now. In that memory location only, they they are storing this vehicle speed right now. Where they will store? Let us say they reserved 4 bytes right now. Which one is the top as per the stack? Which one is very top? There they will store 255. Remaining 3 bytes will be empty right now. So when I try to print that, they will print it. Okay. The moment I use temp.engine RPM equal to 6000, my usage of 255, I stored the 255, no, that is lost. Why? Because to represent engine RPM, they require a 4 bytes. They cannot do that in 3 remaining bytes. As per our discussion, 1 byte is for vehicle speed, means the remaining 3 bytes only we have right now. So we have to store the 6000 in remaining 3 bytes only, right? No, they won't do like that. They will go and grab the all available memory. It's just like a temporary RAM. So they will take all 4 bytes. While they are taking all 4 bytes, this 255 is lost. You cannot retrieve it after you assign temp.engine RPM equal to 6000. Right? So what to inspect that, what I am doing, I am going to print this statement after this one to check whether I am getting a correct value or not. If they are having a different memory location and they are treating them as an independent entity, I have to get this 255 again when I say temp.vehicle speed, yes or no. Amir, come on.
Yes, sir. First
Initially,
you will be getting
temp.vehicle speed equal to
6,000.
255 we
Next,
gave. Yes, Amir, go on.
yeah.
You said
First we will
something.
get the first print of 255.
Hmm.
First value we will be getting 255. Next 6,000. Again 6,000.
No, actually, we won't get 6000. We will get some junk value. Let us check that. This union right now. Error LD return 1 exit status. Undefined reference to win main at 16. I believe this is some sort of keyword, I believe. That's why they are reporting these sort of errors. Maybe. Let me change that name. Move un.c to untest.c. Text startup undefined reference to win main at 16. Why? LD return 1 exit status. Do I make any mistake here? Let me check that. Oh, very interesting. Where is that file? dir star u star. Wow. What happened to that file? Is that deleted? Okay. UN. What mistake I made? Notepad plus plus un is dot c. Hash include to stdio.s void main of union data. Give me a second. Oh, there is a data signed int week care speed unsigned int engine RPM. Right. So we have a union declaration. Then we declare union data temp. Then we assign temp dot vehicle speed is equal to 230, and then printf vehicle speed equal to percentage D, comma, temp dot vehicle speed. Printf engine RPM is equal to percentage D, temp dot engine RPM. So here temp dot engine RPM is equal to 6000. Finally, we are also printing the same. Right. GCC B from O untest TX. Okay, expected in line number 14. What we are getting? 230 that we initially assigned, we got 230 perfectly. And then engine RPM, we assigned 6000 that that also we get. When I try to print vehicle speed, I am getting 112. Why?
It's returning some garbage value.
Because it looks among these 6000, they store these 6000 in the memory, no? In that it takes only 8 bytes. Because we replaced. The total memory is 4 byte. In that 4 byte, when we want to use for vehicle speed, we use the entire 4 bytes. Among those 4 bytes, we only reserve only 1 byte we are using. Though we are using 1 byte, we are utilizing entire 4 bytes of memory. We can't give that to someone else. Okay, we used it. We have done what we want to do. After completing that, we assign the value. Now we are giving 6000 to that entry. When we give 6000 to the data member of that union, now that uses entire 4 byte, which includes the byte used by the vehicle speed as well. When the engine RPM is using it, vehicle speed cannot use it. When vehicle speed using it, engine RPM cannot use it. That is what mutually exclusive. When one is using the entire things. Right. Others cannot use. When you try to fetch only 1 byte from those 4 byte, in the among the the entire data of 6000, they will extract only 8 bits, 1 byte, and will display that as a result. That is irrelevant. Got it or not? Do you understand union now?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
You are clear about the union concept now, right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, team. With this, we can end today's session. Let me catch you with more detail in tomorrow's session. So are you clear about structure, union, and then whatever discussion that we had today? Any doubt
Yes,
you
sir.
have?
no answer.
No, sir, currently.
Okay, team. Let me catch you tomorrow to discuss further. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.